People of the State of Michigan versus Claude Joshua Chambers, files 2023445 and 2023464. Mr. Chambers is here today, represented by Mr. Bush, and Mr. Gabriel is the prosecutor. And these two cases are set for status conference today. And Mr. Bush, I'm told that the matters are resolved. Is that correct?
That is accurate, Judge.
All right. And Mr. Gabriel, what is the offer?
Your Honor, as to these two files, if Mr. Chambers enters a plea of guilty in file 2023464FH to count 1, possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine, the prosecution will dismiss the rest of that file, which includes counts 2 and 3, drug supplement, as well as habitual offender. And we will dismiss in total file 2023445FH. I do, however, want it to be very clear and on the record that that does leave 2 open files against Mr. Chambers. They are 21-23804FH and 21-23805FH that are not resolved. And we'll see what happens with this case. And those are still remaining open.
All right, thank you. All right, is that correct, Mr. Bush?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Chambers, the offer is that in file 2023464, you would plead to the charge of possession with intent to deliver the controlled substance methamphetamine. That's a felony punishable by up to 20 years and or a fine of up to $25,000. And unless sentenced to more than 1 year in prison, the court shall impose license sanctions. The drug double would be dismissed. The 2 counts of assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer would be dismissed. The habitual offender third offense notice would be dismissed. And file 2023445, containing a charge of possession of methamphetamine as a drug double, and possession of amphetamines as a drug double, possession of analogs as a drug double, and a count of assaulting, resisting, or obstructing a police officer causing injury, and malicious destruction of personal property less than $200, the 93-day misdemeanor, along with the habitual offender third offense notice would be dismissed. Your other 2 files, 21-23804 and 21-23805, would remain pending. Now, is that your understanding of the agreement?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently on probation or parole?
No, sir.
All right, so then in file 2023464, on the charge of possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine, how do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything else to get you to plead guilty?
Yes, sir.
What's that?
I was promised by my attorney that I will be able to get he would speak up on my bond reduction because I was accepted into the Gilmore Center through SWMBA, and my Medicaid will be paying for it. It's
Okay.
28 to 14.
So he said he would ask for that. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bush, is that you said that before, that was one of the other things you'd be asking for me to look at bond, but that's the extent of that agreement. Is that correct?
Yeah, there was no promise that the court was going to grant it. I told him that I would ask for that and explain the circumstances.
Okay. So is that right, Mr. Chambers, that he said he would ask for it? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Anybody threaten you to make you do this?
No, sir.
Now, do you understand that if I accept your plea, you'll not have a trial of any kind? You'll be giving up all the rights that you would have had at trial. Those include the right to be tried by a jury, to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, to have the prosecutor prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you are guilty, to have the witnesses against you appear at trial, to question the witnesses that appear against you, to have the court order witnesses you want for the defense to appear at trial, to remain silent during the trial and to not have that silence used against you, and to testify at trial if you want to testify. You understand you're giving up all those rights if I accept your plea?
Yes, sir.
You also understand that if your plea is accepted, you may be giving up the right to appeal certain issues that would otherwise be appealable if convicted at trial. Further, any appeal from your conviction and sentence pursuant to the plea will be by application for leave and not by right. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. So in this file, it's alleged that, if I can get to the information, on or about August 28th, 2020, you were in the city of Three Rivers, the county of St. Joseph, and the state of Michigan. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
And that at that time, you did possess with the intent to deliver the controlled substance methamphetamine. Is that also true?
Yes, sir.
So you had methamphetamine with the intent that it would be delivered to others. Is that correct?
No, sir.
What about it isn't correct?
The fact that I was going to be handing it out to others.
Well, so that's what possession with the intent to deliver means, that you didn't possess it with the intent to use it yourself, you possessed it with the intent to deliver it to others. Or part of it to others. So
That's not
accurate.
True, Your Honor.
Okay, well, okay, it's either true or it isn't true, and I don't know what completely true, not completely true is. What you're pleading to is a charge of not possession of methamphetamine, but possession with the intent to deliver. And it doesn't matter if it was just a portion of it, just a small amount of it. It doesn't have to be all of it. So did you possess any methamphetamine that day? And I'm not trying to pressure you. You said you wanted to plead to this. I'm just trying to get a factual basis, and you're saying not entirely correct. What part of it is not correct?
The part that I was going to deliver it to anyone.
Okay, so you weren't intending to deliver any of it to anybody else?
No, sir.
All right, well then we don't have a plea. So that'll be a question for the jury to decide then. And with that, in terms of trial for these cases, it is set for
June 22nd. Your Honor.
June 22nd. And how is that, let's see, for you, Mr. Bush, you ready for trial? I would think that we would take well, I'll leave it up to you. The earliest in time case was the 2023445 case, which is alleged to have occurred on July 28th, 2020. And that includes the charge of possession of methamphetamine as a drug double, possession of amphetamines as a drug double, possession of analogs as a drug double, R&O, and malicious destruction of personal property less than 200, and the habitual third. Is it? So we would try that case first. It's older in time. Are you ready on that case, Mr. Bush?
Your Honor, there's a lot of cases set for trial, but I can be ready when I have a rough idea what it's going to go to trial. Yes, I will be prepared.
Okay, so you answer ready. Mr. Gabriel, are you ready for trial?
Your Honor, we prefer to try the case that involves 29.8 grams of methamphetamine, packaged approximately the size of a lemon, which is this case, first, or as a backup to the Lee Parker case, which is...
Mr. Bush, any objection to that?
Pardon me? Oh, boy.
Mr. Bush, do you have any objection to trying that case?
I have no objection. Just tell me when and where I need to be ready, Your Honor.
Okay, well, June 22nd.
That's been on my calendar for a month or so that's good.
Okay, good. So we're ready to go. All right, I'll prepare the jury instructions. So 2023464 will be the first case to go, and 2023445 will be the second of these two cases to go. And again, set for June 22nd, but as you know, there's other cases set, as you just said, and we'll determine as we get closer which case is going to go, and this one may get bumped, but we will address that. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. I'll enter that order for these cases then, and I'll take out the other one that I had prepared. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. We'll see you for trial this month.